Hello, everybody. I got to make sure that I got my volume down on my phone. Keep my volume down. How's everybody doing? Got 5 in the house so far. It hasn't started on my phone yet. Oh, wait. It's getting ready to, though. Okay, let me make sure my volume's still down. My volume's still down. So, Tracy, Digging Times Past, hello. Cynthia Swearingen and Sherry Ward. Both of my moderators are in the house. Thank you so much. Waynos Photography in the house. Let's see. David Alfonsetti Art is here. Thank you for coming. Wild Pinto, welcome back. Longtime subscriber. Tra-La Diggs, welcome back. Jimmy Cloak, in my house. Colonel's Collecting and Detecting, welcome back. So, I need everybody to help me remember something. Somehow, I accidentally deleted the email from Dirty Little Digger, who won. She was the one that won at the last event, the last auction I had. She won this Montgomery Ward's Pocket Guide. Okay. I accidentally deleted her email. So I've got her package here. If you see her in chat, tell her that I lost her email. Can she email me her address again? That's the only package I haven't been able to mail out. I even put a post on my community page. Muscle Shell, welcome back. How are you? Show it. Come on. Oh, no, another moderator handled it. Okay, do my all messages. So if you see her in chat, let her know she needs to send me her address again, because I accidentally deleted it. I can't find it. I can't find it in my junk. I can't find it anywhere. So, and I'd like to send her what she won. It's the only package I haven't been able to ship out. Okay, everybody in the house, I need you to choose a number from 1 to 60, because I have Valentine's giveaways tonight. Okay. Okay, why does it keep asking me? Let's see. Okay. Wild Pint. Okay, let me get the first one. Cynthia Swearingen is number 14. Okay, so that is that one. Cynthia. Okay. Is 14. Mud Swat is 59. Okay. Wild Pinto is 19. Okay. Jimmy Cloak is 11. Is 11. Tra-La Diggs is 16. 15, 16. Tra-La Diggs. Okay. Be Good. Okay, Be Good. 8655 is number 47. Be Good. 8655 is number 47. Sherry Ward is number 13. 11, 12, 13. Okay, if you're just getting in the house, Ashley Webster is number 3. is number 3. Digging Times Past Tracy is number 32. Past, number 32. Hi, Steven Sark. Choose a number from 1 to 60, folks, for the giveaways tonight. I'm doing Valentine's Day giveaways. Mussel shell is 29. It's 29. I got Ashley Webster already. Country Diggers. Hi, Jamie. Country Diggers in the house. She's number 26. That's 9, 8, 7. Okay. Country Diggers number 26. Steven Sark is whoops. Oh no, Steven, you're okay. All messages. Steven Sark is Steven Sark. The number from 1 to 60, please. 63 isn't a number. Show me treasure. Choose a number from 1 to 60, please. Wow, we got 17 in the house already. Big Blanket, hello, listening and driving home from work. Everyone is doing well. Steven Sark, 59's already taken. How about 58? Show me treasures number 44. Okay. Why do they keep holding Mud Swats messages? This is weird. Okay. Colonel's collecting and detecting. 14 is already taken. Choose another number, please. Okay, Steven Sark, 58. Thank you. Okay, you have to be in chat when I draw numbers. You have to be present to win. Remember that, okay? Colonel's collecting and detecting. Okay, John Chum Adventures, number 10. Colonel's collecting and detecting, number 27. Okay. Seth Lava, number 2. Okay, let me make sure I haven't missed anybody. Show me treasures. Steven Sark. Okay. So, let's see. I think we're caught up. There's 19 in the house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I've only got 16 with numbers, so. Okay, if you're in the house and you want a chance for the Valentine's Day giveaways, choose a number from 1 to 60. You get to choose one number between 1 and 60. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to bring our guest in, okay? Up 23 in the house now? It just jumped from 17 to 23. The Moose Barbecue. Welcome to Moose Barbecue is number 49. Moose Barbecue. Okay. Okay. Got a minute left, and then I'm going to bring our special guest in. Make sure I haven't missed anything. Don't see anything that I've missed. So, anybody else got snow out there? Okay, so these are the names I've got. Number 2 is Seth Lava. Number 3 is Ashley Webster. Number 10 is John Chum. Number 11 is Jimmy Cloak. Number 13 is Sherry Ward. Number 14 is Cynthia. Number 16 is Trila Diggs. Number 19 is Wild Pinto. Number 26 is Jamie Country Diggers. Number 27 is Colonels Collecting and Detecting. Number 29 is Muscle Shell. Number 32 is Tracy of Digging Times Past. Number 44 is Show Me Treasure. Number 47 is Be Good 8655. Number 49 is The Moose Barbecue. Number 58 is Steven Sark. And number 59 is Mud Swat. And that's the only people I have signed up. So without further ado, let me bring in our special guest. Okay. Welcome, Waynos.
Hey, welcome. Good to see you, Deej.
You
Welcome,
too.
everybody.
This is Wayne of the group Stealth Diggers on YouTube. And he also has his own channel, Waynos Photography.
Yep.
So everybody say hi.
One of my hobbies.
Yep. All right, let me move this list down here. Put that there. I will try to watch the chat. Let's see if I missed anybody. G. Lassie, choose a number from 1 to 60, please. Now watch for that. So, how long have you been metal detecting, Wayne?
Probably, I would say at least maybe 10 or 11 years easily.
Okay. How did you get interested in metal detecting?
Well, this is one of those weird things where it wasn't originally my idea. So my father-in-law, he metal detected back in the day, and he kept kind of, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but he kept kind of annoying me to go out and try metal detecting. So I went and I bought my first machine, which was a Fisher F2. Great machine, nothing high end, but something good for a beginner. And after about 2 or 3 weeks, when I found my first gold 14 karat ring, then I started to get the draw to, all right, I want to know what else is in the ground.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's cool. So your first machine was a what?
Fisher F2.
Fisher F2. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, G. Lassie, got it written down. Thank you. So, what was the first location that you metal detected with your machine?
Well, I'm going to call it Dog Poop Park. And
Dog Poop Park.
yeah, so basically it's a local park. I did some research after I had been detecting for a while, but it used to be an old war camp in the 1830s where they would rally the troops before they took the mud trail down to Virginia. But the reason why we called it dog poop park is because everybody would bring the dogs there and no one would clean up the mess. So
Right.
you would get a slamming signal that you're like, I gotta dig this, but the ground's covered with dog poop, so you gotta move somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I got a permission for a friend, and she said, "Well, you can detect my backyard. I don't want you to detect my front yard." And I got there, and it was landmines everywhere. it was like it
Yep,
was like a joke when I did
I
my
know.
video. It's like,
Unfortunately,
oh,
it happens.
we're gonna have to move this landmine over because there's a signal underneath of it.
Right. I mean, the winter time it's easier because everything's solid. It's like shoveling snow, but it's summertime. You don't want to go anywhere near it.
Right, right, for sure, for sure. So, so your first location was public land then.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. So, as a local park where I live in the area, it's run by Parks and Recreation. You can metal detect as long as you fill in your holes and you take care of your trash. They're
right,
really good about it. And sometimes they'll come up and be like, hey, what'd you find? They're pretty good people as long as you respect the land.
right, right. So, what are the laws like in New Hampshire? Because you're in New Hampshire, right?
Yeah. So, it's different than a lot of places. State parks, you can't metal detect. Town parks and town land, you can, but there's stipulations. If somebody owns rights leading into it, called an easement, to get into that land, if they choose to make it private, you can only get to that land by going in another direction if it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when it comes down to, I really don't want to have to walk across this guy's front lawn, even if he says so, because I feel like I'm intruding, then we usually end up looking somewhere else.
Right,
But yeah,
right,
there are some people that be like, you know what, hey, I'd be interested in seeing what's in the ground. My family's lived here for years. If you want to come and dig, that's fine. But a lot of them are like, I want to see everything you find in case there's something I'm interested in, which is
right,
okay. If you
right.
get the excitement of digging it, it's okay if the owner says, oh, this might belong to my ancestor.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Yep, I get it. Okay, Paul, American Woodland Relics. Sorry. I don't have a what do you call it? A co-person to help me.
Right.
So, all right. I have three moderators now. Paul, American Woodland Relics is here
Now,
too.
3 moderators, better behave yourself.
Yep. Yep. They will get you if you don't.
Yep.
All right. What kinds of metal detecting have you done? Fields, woods, water, homes, cellars? I mean,
So I've done fields, I've done woods, I've done beach,
mm-hmm,
and I did a couple of cellars, which were cellars with dirt floors that were never finished.
mm-hmm,
9 times out of 10, they usually have a line where the oil tank is running to the furnace. Aside from that, I haven't really found a lot. I mean, my mom's house was easier to search because she hasn't upgraded to the internet yet, so
mm-hmm,
there's no Wi-Fi signals. You're just like, all right, here's the pipe. Everywhere else is just a couple of nails.
mm-hmm.
But outside, that's a different story. You know, that house. I've tested every machine I've ever had on that house,
Oh,
and
wow.
once I started finding things that were really old, like early 1800s, I looked it up, and right down to the 1830 census, I can find the family, but there's nothing beyond that. So, I
Mm-hmm,
mean, I've gone out just playing around with machines, just having fun. Nice day out. I don't got a lot of time, but I like to, swing the machine, pull out an 1848 seated halftime or 47 halftime, whichever it was, and right out of the rhubarb patch. I mean, I'm thinking
wow.
this is mom's house. I mean, really? You know, I was so surprised. I'm like, I got to hike miles to find something semi old, and here it
Right,
is, like right there.
right there. That's cool. That's cool. So let's see. I got to mark off the ones I've asked you already. Otherwise, I'm going to lose track. So, have you ever door knocked for a permission?
I did. I had a couple really nice receptions, but where we live is one of those Second Amendment type of states. I've had a couple of people that knocking on the door. They've told me get the expletive off of my property and have
Oh
answered the
my.
door with the firearm.
Oh my.
Not even knowing what I was knocking at the door for. So
Wow.
so now I go about things a different way. If there's a permission I'm interested, I ask around, hey, does anybody know the property owner? Are they a nice, receptive type of person? Because to a degree, I do get, if somebody shows up on your property, you feel like an intrusion. I get that. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, I'm not there to like rob your house or whatever. I just
Right.
want to make sure that if you're okay with it, I'll even give you whatever I find. I don't care. I want the joy of finding it. But some property owners, they think people that metal detect just blast holes in the ground, don't fill them in. They
Mm-hmm.
think they purge the ground and they're getting away with millions, even though we usually only find a
Oh
coin or
geez.
two. You
The
know,
only ones
it,
making money off of their fines are doing California beaches.
right, right. Like,
They're finding lots of gold.
if you're not in this hobby because you love history and you live in my neck of the woods, you're not in it for the money because you're surely not making it.
Right. Okay. Dragon Lady, who's one of my good friends that lives near me. I do canning with her. She's in the house. Dragon Lady, choose a number from 1 to 60. And Treasure Tom, who I've metal detected with, who is a big shot in Michigan, is in the house.
Oh,
Treasure Tom,
nice.
choose a number from 1 to 60 for the Valentine's giveaways. Please. All right. Dragon Lady wants number 32. Oh, somebody else chose that, Dragon Lady. Choose a different number.
Uh
Muscle
oh.
Shell, you already chose a number. I thought, yeah, you chose 29, Muscle Shell. You can only choose one number. So, anyhow, next question. Of all the different types of detecting, which type is your favorite?
Well, I've got to say woods if you're talking about area wise. Uh, I like, and it's not popular by a lot of people, but I don't mind the 6 or 7 mile hike out to the place
Mhm.
that hasn't just been beat by the newcomers that are what I call lazy, and I don't mean it offensive. They'll pull up, be like, "Oh, this is a dirt road beside a cellar hole. We could just pound this thing and hope we find something." So most of the easy locations in our area have already been riddled to death with digging, you know. So a lot of people may not realize it, but like when we go out, we'll meet like 7 o'clock in the morning. We're at the site at 7:30, where we park, not the actual site, and we'll hike for like 45 minutes to an hour. Could be
Right,
5 miles, could be 6, to get way out there away from people. And we get out there, and those are the sites where we find the most stuff because people don't want to put in that much effort. They're looking for the easy find. Some of them are new, and nothing against them. I understand that they're looking for
right,
oh, I went out for 5 minutes. I dug something cool. Hey, look at me. You know, they want to
right.
get excited about the hobby. It's not necessarily
Yeah,
they're a bad person. They just,
no,
they haven't got wet behind the ears, as I call it yet.
right.
But, you know,
Yep. There's a lot of, you know, passion for this hobby. So,
there is. I'm more about the history. I'll dig garbage all day long and find that
yep,
maybe that one semi cool thing, and I'm okay with it. I'll do it every day
yeah,
of the week.
yep. So, let's see. Treasure Time 13's already taken. Can you choose a different number, please? Okay, we got this one. What do you love most about metal detecting or treasure hunting?
Well, that's that's one of those things. It's easy to say, but at the same time, it's deep inside my mind. It's the fascination of what's in the ground that was there for the generations before you. Kind of like when you crack open the ground and you pull something out, say old like an ox nub or a crotabill. It's a couple of years, couple hundred years of history you're pulling out of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are just like, oh, it's an ox knob or it's a, you know, an ox shoe or something like that. And to me, I'm like, a couple hundred years ago, this was something important to the livelihood of the people that lived there. They couldn't
Right.
just run down to Walmart to get something if it broke, you know. They had to count on what they had. A lot of
Right.
those things were hand forged. They worked hard to make the things they needed to survive. So
Right.
I've always been impressed by that. They had a great work ethic. I mean, look at the stone walls they stacked.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Some of those are. I don't even know how they did it.
some of them big rocks they'd pull with oxes up onto the stone wall, undo the
Uh-huh.
rope. That's where the rock's at. And can you imagine how much it took to just make say 100-foot section of the wall? And here in New Hampshire, we got miles and miles of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. You guys do a ton of walking.
We do, you know. But I think it's good. I think getting out there in the fresh air, just enjoying the nature while you're walking, I think it kind of clears your mind enough to give you an unbiased point of view when you turn on your machine when you get to the site. You're just like, all right, I've got the hard part over with. Now I can unwind, relax. I'll listen for the tones and sort out the signals and see what I can come up with, what I can figure out about who was in the ground, what they used, what their purpose was here. Were they just farming? Was it just like livestock? Or were they making stuff here? Were they, you know, I don't know the proper word for it, but foraging, you know, uh,
Manufacturing or
manufacturing, smelting. That could have been, we found giant chunks of leads at some really old sites, so we know they were making their own lead things because we
mm-hmm.
found the stock that they melted. You know, that's
Right.
pretty impressive. I mean, a lot of stuff we take for granted now because we can just go out and get it. But yeah, it's pretty amazing that they did all that by hand. I can't even imagine the work that would go into just say a 1 day cycle of what you'd have to do for upkeep.
Right.
It's got to be incredible.
Okay, flash. Um, have you ever been on Flash in Your Pants channel?
I haven't, but I've heard of Flash in Your Pan.
Well, Ed's in the
I've
house. Ed is in the
All
house.
right. Well, hello, Ed.
I don't know.
I
Ed,
actually
have you
watched
ever
a
had
channel that did magnet fishing that did a collaboration with him one time. That's how I heard of Flash in the Pan.
well, Flash in Your Pan, Ed is a gold prospector.
Yes. Oh, I'm well aware.
Yep.
The channel that I was watching with my wife, magnet fishing, they actually got together with Flash in Your Pan. That's how I
Oh,
heard of
that's
him.
cool. That's
It
cool.
was, if I remember right, it was Treasure Vixens, I think it was called.
Oh yeah.
My wife had found it on
Oh,
YouTube.
I got to meet the ladies too. That was
Oh,
at
okay, cool,
yeah,
nice,
yeah, for sure. Small world.
definitely.
Let's see. Flash in Your Pan. Okay. So I think I'm keeping up with the numbers and the people coming in.
Yep.
Okay. So let me mark off that last question.
Yeah, I'm looking right and left just to make sure I can keep up with everybody in the comment section.
Yeah. It's hard to do.
Yeah, it definitely is.
What is your favorite metal detector and why?
Ah, right now it's kind of the T2. It's the
Uh,
original T2. It's not the classic, not the LTE or whatever they call it. Don't get me wrong, I love my G2 Plus, I love my F19, but there's
yep.
just something about the T2 once you start reading and understanding it.
Mm-hmm.
I just get it a little bit more. I can
Yeah,
grab
that's
either one and be okay and not feel like I've totally missed out. But the T2 is like a bloodhound if you pay
oh
attention
yeah.
to what it's
It's like an
saying on the
extension
screen.
of my arm.
Yeah. My
Yep.
T2 is in the closet over there. Sadly, because of winter, I had to take the batteries out. I tried not to cry a little bit, but hopefully in a month or two, maybe a month and a half, be
Right.
able to get back out there because I know it's calling to me from the closet. I'm trying to
Yep.
pretend I don't hear it.
Yep, for sure. So how did you want to tell the story how you found my channel?
Yeah, well, that's interesting. So, as a lot of people know, I'm part of the Stealth Diggers, and we ended up switching up machines. We ran into a thing where it was actually the F-19 that found a button that was in a plug, less than an inch deep, and the AT Golds that were finding everything could not pick it up, but the F-19 was snapping right over it. So we started being like, hey, we need to check these machines out. And then over time in the videos, they had reached out to Charlie, who runs the Stealth Diggers, and we ended up getting a sponsor with Fisher and Technetics, which is basically the same company, if I'm not mistaken, Fisher
Yep.
Labs or whatever. But
Right.
so we started slowly getting a machine here or there. And by the time we were fully equipped, we were finding all this stuff at all the sites we beat to death that we missed. And it wasn't like it was, insanely deep. It was stuff that was within a few inches that we should have been able to grab with the 5x8 coils,
Mm-hmm.
They weren't like the giant coils that have the major depth. We were using the 5x8 double Ds on the Garretts.
So then you had all kinds of permissions that you guys could go back to. I always go
Yeah.
back to old permissions when I
Yep.
get a new machine. Always.
And that's what we've been doing for the last couple of I mean, there's been a couple of new permissions here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last one we were doing, like the bottle digging. That one's a new one. There's
Mm-hmm.
just so much area to cover. There's probably tons of stuff there. We just have to
Right.
narrow it down.
Right. Yep. Um, have you ever joined a metal detecting club?
I did originally. I had joined this one that was Central Mass Metal Detecting Club. I was in it for about a month or two. This was long before I dug with the Stealth Diggers. And I found out the guy that was running it was doing what was called night hawking. He was showing up at places metal detecting at night without permission. So me and the 4 or 5 other people that were good friends, we all left the group. We scattered in different areas. We kept in
Mm-hmm.
touch over time, and
Wow.
other than that, I'd just been kind of digging with people here and there. And then I met Henry, which most people know as Keebler, and
Mm-hmm.
I started, digging here and there with him. And he was like, "Oh, you should come out and dig with me and Charlie sometime." And so I came out and dug with him, and that's how I ended up digging with the Stealth Diggers. And we just kind of clicked, had the right mindset, the love of the history, and no
Yep.
drama. We're not out doing bad things in our real life where it's going to affect who we are as a people. So,
And the hobby
we,
as a whole. Yeah.
yeah, exactly,
You
And
guys are
then,
great ambassadors.
well,
Absolutely.
I'm the newbie compared to most of them. A lot of the old crew would still be there, but they get so busy. Some of them, a lot of people don't know. They would have to travel a couple hours to get to Charlie's house, and then you've got the drive to the site, several miles to hike. So it was an all-day thing for them to go out and dig. So a lot of them just they needed more time with their families. The kids were getting old; they're going to be going to college soon, stuff like that. So it wasn't like they just abandoned the group. You know,
Right.
they
Right.
just they needed some time to catch up with life, and I totally
Right.
get that.
Yep. Life gets in the way sometimes. You
It
can't be a
does.
treasure hunter 24/7.
Absolutely.
As much as everybody thinks we are, we still have
Right,
real lives.
right. Um, I may need you to hold for a second. My cat's getting
Okay.
into something. It'll only
Okay.
take me a second. Sorry,
Okay, that's
everybody.
all right.
Just
I
give me a
need to
second.
check my chat anyway. Okay. PD Sandigger, choose a number from 1 to 60, please. Anybody that just came in that hasn't chosen a number from 1 to 60, choose one now, please, because these are for the giveaways. I have some Valentine's Day giveaways. I think somebody's already got 47. Collector Paul, somebody's got 14. Where is my sheet? 47's taken, 14's taken. 12 is open, 8 is open, 46 is open. Choose again, guys. Collector Paul wants 15. That's open. Petey, you want to choose a different number? There's 45, 46, 19, 18, 20. 46? Okay, Petey Sandigger. Frankie. Okay. Okay, I think.
All right. Sorry about that, everybody.
That's all right. That's
My
all right
son-
because I may have to jump up and let my dog out.
Well, my thing is my son got his own apartment recently, so he turned his empty room into a gym, and some of the stuff has plastic on it. For some reason, one of my cats has to chew on plastic. I could hear it.
Oh
So I was like,
my.
I got to get that because if she eats it, then it's going to be a trip to the vet. So
Oh wow. Hi, let's see. Hi, That's Not Right TV. Welcome back. Wow, I'm going to just say something here because I have one prize from my last auction I was not able to mail out because somehow I deleted the email address. The address that was emailed to me for it. It's for Dirty Lil Digger. DIRTYLILDIGGER. If you're watching, say something. Put something in the chat, please. I even put a post on my community page asking you to please resend me your mailing address.
right, or if you know them,
or if you know who this is. It's somebody in Michigan.
Yeah.
So Dirty Little, no, not Dirty Little Digger, Dirty Lil, Lil. It's not the same. Dirty Little Digger is not the same. That's somebody else. So Dirty Lil, LILDIGGER. Okay, Robert Magnifique. Robert Magnifique, welcome to Digging with Deej. Choose a number from 1 to 60, please. All right. It's for the giveaways. I have Valentine's giveaways tonight, folks. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I already asked you this one. And then I think you already said something about another question I had. If I may repeat it. We'll see. What was the first coin you ever found?
The first coin I ever found, obviously, was a stinking Lincoln, but the first exciting coin I ever found was a drape bust. I couldn't get a date off of it.
Oh.
And it was one of those deals where I walked like maybe 45 minutes to the site, still learning my machine, still running the F2.
Right.
And I kept getting like this quarter.
Yeah, but you got a drape bust, dude.
And it was like under the edge of this giant, this boulder was huge. So it was under the edge. When I found it, it had almost like a partial hole in it. So I think somebody was trying to hole it and maybe it went flying when they were pounding on it.
Yeah.
Maybe they lost it. The date was kind of sketched on it, so I couldn't really get a good date. But thanks to the internet, I was able to tell it was actually a drape bust. But I was excited because I used to go to these 2 different parks here in town, 3 minutes away, and I'd come back with like $35 and change once a week. It was adding up quick. I was like, well, if I don't find anything good, at least I'm slowly paying off my machine.
Wow. Yeah, for sure. Shoot. I don't know if I could do that though. I don't know if I could do that. When I found that Morgan silver dollar, that 1800s Morgan silver dollar.
Oh, one I still haven't found yet.
I begged them to let me keep it. Jake, I begged them to let me keep it. I said, I'll even buy you another one.
Right.
And They never asked for it. I still
there's
have
some
it.
finds that are just
I
so
would I would never
interesting,
sell it.
you know, not even on a monetary value, but I don't know if I
Right.
can bring this into focus or not, but let me get my face out of the way here. But
That looks
that
like is it a button?
that's actually a cuff link,
Oh wow.
and it's called Stuart Crystal. Let me flip over the other side. I don't want my face to. You can
Right.
see the little notch, but that was actually made back when they took King Charles' head off as like a celebration.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it's 1690s, and the place I found it,
Wow.
1725 was when they settled. So they had it for quite a while before they had settled there. You
Uh-huh.
know, it's in one of the stealth digger videos.
Right.
But there were a couple of times where I found a piece of like this butterfly buckle that had like a Medusa head on it, and the area was trashy. I was picking up broken pieces of bucket, metal bucket. So I tore up the whole area. I got the whole bucket out, and then I ended up finding the other half of it, which is almost unheard of. Usually you find half of a cool buckle, but the other half's never anywhere to be found.
Uh-huh.
And this time I was lucky. If I could get my camera to focus on it, I'll show you. But
Oh wow, look at that.
this was a Medusa style buckle. Let's see if I can take it apart
Medusa.
just to show you.
Wow.
It's got a little clip on it that hooks together.
I wonder if that's a cloak clasp.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's one of those clips in the middle. It could have had like straps going this way and that way, but definitely like a Medusa thing. I have to hide my face or it tries to lock onto my face. But I mean, other than that, and I don't know how well it'll come into focus, but this was my first Spanish silver.
Oh my.
So it's a half real, and it's hold on, let me try to
I
get into
haven't dug
focus.
one of those yet.
1777. It took me 7 years to find that,
Wow.
and it sounded like a aluminum cap off of a wine bottle.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah. So,
terrible.
and in the area where I dug it, like there was a well, but there was like this trying to think rebar or rods in the ground near there, so it was terrible, you know. But I had
Uh-huh.
the snappy signal, small coil picked it out of there. That's how I knew something was there. I pulled out a big nail and I almost gave up. And then I was like, you know what? Just for the sake of argument. So I swung the coil back over. And I was like, wow, I still got high numbers. So then I called the guys over. And when he pulled it out of the dirt, I could see it was thin and maybe silver. And I hadn't dug the Spanish silver I've been wanting. That was my white whale. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to let
Wow.
you look at it and I'll give you the brush and you can tell me. I was sitting back there freaking out, you know. I was like,
Right.
this is the thing I've been wanting to dig. I don't care if it's worth anything, just to dig a piece of Spanish silver in New Hampshire for me is huge. But
Wow. I never dug a Spanish Real, but I have dug a teeny tiny silver fish scale.
oh, no kidding. Nice.
And I did give that one. And it had an England mint mark on it. And
Oh,
I dug
wow.
it right after I got back from England. See,
Matching
I
that,
couldn't
huh?
dig one in England, but I could dig one at home. Isn't that weird?
That's how sometimes things don't make sense.
Yep.
We've
Yep.
dug around in trash before and pulled out like Standing Liberty silver quarters where the ground wasn't even really old enough to have that in there. And we're like,
Uh-huh.
how in the world did that get here?
Right.
We're just like totally awestruck.
Right. Do you prefer to find relics or coins?
I'm more of the relic, believe it or not. I
Yeah,
mean,
so am I.
I,
I mean, I
I'm,
love
I'm,
coins.
I'm
Don't get
always
me wrong. I'm not
fascinated
going to
by
turn
the
down a coin.
the odd and different things that you don't see every day. I don't care if it's worth anything, but say here's this weird thing that not many people know what it is. And sometimes I can't figure it out what it is. And somehow my wife will look it up and she'll be like, oh, I found it. And she showed me, I'm like, oh, that's what that is. That's been driving me crazy for the last 3 days trying to
Right.
figure out what it was,
Right.
But, it all shows part of the time period, different tools
Yep.
they used or different, say, horse tack or whatever, or different building materials.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of sets the stage for what happened in the area of the cellar hole.
Right. For
And that
sure.
gives you kind of like a little bit of a picture of what to either expect or think of when you're digging. Oh, yeah, I'm digging a bunch of these, but there could be, say,
Yeah.
that waiting there because these
Exactly.
other time period things are there.
So what machine were you using when you started watching my videos?
Let's see here. At the time, it was the F-19 before I got the G2
No,
Plus.
no. You came to my channel because of the G2 Plus.
Right. The F-19 was before the G2 Plus, so we went
Okay.
from the gold to the F-19, and then we were told that we were going to be sent the G2 Plus, so I started scouring the internet. I'm one of those weird people. If I'm going to get a machine, I'm going to research it and try to learn it before it arrives. So I
Mm-hmm.
at least have a like in my mind what basically what I'm going to do. And I ended up finding your channel, so I started watching your videos on the G2 Plus, and that's how I got a rough idea on how I was going to run the G2 Plus.
Yeah.
And as you can see, it kind of grew on me, and
Oh, you found some good stuff with that machine.
oh, you throw the small coil on that thing, and that's a beast.
That's
It
my
is.
least favorite thing to do is a how-to video.
I can
But
imagine.
I've done one for every machine, I think, except the T2. This year
Yep.
I've got to buckle down and do one on the T2. Apparently I'm good at people tell me I'm good at giving directions. I don't know.
Well, I
I
mean,
just
you explain things enough to
but
where I
I've
can
got to be
understand
able to
it.
do it myself before I can show somebody else how to, you know what I'm saying?
Right?
I can't just read it from a manual. I have to do it,
Play around with it
actually do it.
yourself, get familiar with it. Yeah, that's what I did when I first got the AT Pro.
Mhm.
And then once the gold came along, it was a little bit sharper and faster. Yes, it was louder and noisier. You couldn't wear headphones because it'd blow your eardrums out. But it was a good machine at the time.
Mhm.
And then once I saw how the F-19 was catching things we were missing,
Oh yeah.
I was
Yep.
blown away because I was like, I I literally dropped the CTX 3030 to go to the Garrett machines, and the
Yep.
Garrett machines were outperforming it. And 3030 was the high end machine at the time.
Right.
You know,
Well, it was like when I was detecting with Donnie down in Ohio.
yeah.
Donnie is a trime magnet.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, there's some
That
people
guy
that
has dug so many trimes, I can't even keep up. I
I've
can't
only
even tell
dug
you how
one.
many.
I've only
Okay.
dug one.
I still haven't dug my first trime. Okay.
And
I said, let me swing over that because this is driving me nuts. I've been detecting for over 10 years and I've still not dug a trime. But I've dug a fish scale. The trime rings up on the T2, it rings up a 69.
imagine that,
69s are typically junk for me
yeah,
for the T2. So, you know, you got to learn your machine, folks. You got to learn your
yep.
machine. The
And
more you
some
know what your machine is telling you, and you learn by doing, you
right,
know,
and
dig it
it's
all when you first get a machine. It doesn't matter which kind of machine you get, dig it all so you can
that's right.
learn what
Sometimes
your
when you're
machine
in
is
an
trying to
area with
tell you.
this loud trash, clear that trash up because that loud trash could be masking something decent.
Right,
That's how I
right.
found that double buckle I just showed you. There were
Yeah,
so many pieces of an old metal bucket that were just everywhere,
right.
you know?
Well, years ago when I first started on YouTube, it was just when I got my T2 because I was swinging the Garrett Ace 400 and I got a farm permission. It was a sesquicentennial farm.
Yeah.
And it was so what's the word I want to use? I'm trying to think of a word that depicts it correctly. Infested with iron. I mean, to where it makes your head hurt. You hear so much iron. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've ran into
And
several
it
of
was
those
actually,
situations.
there was so much iron under the coil that it was, my machine was nulling out. It was
Oh
freezing
yeah,
up
yeah. Going blah, blah, blah,
because
blah.
it couldn't keep up with
Yeah,
all the junk that was in the ground. And I talked with a friend, Justin DePace, who had a YouTube channel, and he suggested the Technetics T2 Plus. So I
yep.
ordered it. Well, then I go out and I kept getting new permissions. Well, anytime I had a question, I would call Henry, Stilt Digger Henry,
Oh yeah,
and
I'm very
that, and
familiar
chat
with
with him
Henry.
on the phone and pick his brain for what I should be doing. What am I doing wrong? Stuff like that. If I found something, like I went on a collaboration dig with like 12 or 13 other channels in Connecticut, and I found this thing. I didn't know what it was. I sent a picture to Henry, and he knew exactly what it was. And he goes, "That's 1700s relic, dude. You got it.
Yep.
You got 1700s, girl." I was
Yep.
like, "Jeez." So, but it's good when you have other people in the hobby that are willing to share in the passion and aren't
Oh yeah.
worried about, aren't competition. This is not about competition.
Right. It's not.
This is
It's about the
about
love for history.
helping
You
your
know.
friends, helping fellow detectorists.
I think some people
Everything
get
you
lost in
do.
the fact of like, oh,
Yeah.
my friends' channels get more views, and they get jealous instead.
Oh
You know what?
my goodness.
Why
Look
can't we be
who's in the
grateful?
house.
Hey, somebody's doing good. You know.
Look who's
Who we
in the
got?
house.
Oh, I see him.
Not right, Johnny's here. Yeah.
Oh
Another
yeah, I
New
know, not
Hampshire
right,
boy.
Johnny. I've dug with him several times. Great guy. High
Yep.
five,
Yep.
Johnny. You
How
know it,
are you,
girl.
dude?
Once the spring hits, I'll be seeing you.
He would not let me carry my equipment up this mountain that we were walking in
He's a good
Connecticut.
guy, and he's good at digging too. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, and he's excellent at foraging too.
Yeah, yeah. He's found mushrooms out in the wild and made us mushroom steak sandwiches. Oh, you wouldn't believe
Oh
it.
my
It's just
gosh, I'm
amazing.
jealous. I
It
didn't
was
get any of
amazing.
that.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I probably annoy him, but every so often I send him a text and stuff like that to see how he's doing. But
Yep.
he's
Yep.
definitely a good guy. You
Yep.
know.
Cynthia, have I missed anybody else in the house? If we've missed you, please don't be offended. It's not intentional. I'm
Right,
trying to
right.
do
Sometimes
multiple
talking,
things
it's
at
hard
the
to
same
see that,
time.
but if we
So,
missed you, hello. We didn't
yes,
forget
hello.
you. We just didn't see it go
Welcome.
by.
All right, let me look at some more questions. What's the oldest coin you've ever dug?
The oldest coin I've ever dug was, I believe it was a 1730 Nova Constellatio.
Oh my goodness.
Now, it was a club I used to be part of. They kept nagging me that they were having like an event for a paid dig for a 2 weekend dig. So I went
Mhm.
out and I dug with them, and I dug a early 1700s. I think it was a King George II copper, and then 5 feet away I dug a Nova Constellatio, and I didn't know what it was, and I
Mhm.
had a heck of a time finding it online. Then once I figured it out,
So,
I was like,
so it was a seeded hunt then?
no, it was a farm field that
Oh
it's
wow.
maybe a town or two away from where I live, and it would have been a great place to go back, but some of the people that were part of the group turned out to be not so nice people. What happened was we did our dig, we all had fun, everybody paid, we gave the landowner money. We all left, and some of those people went back on
Oh,
the property when they weren't supposed to.
oh no.
So it ruined the hunt for anybody else in the future.
Oh my gosh. Why
But
do people
it's a
do that?
shame. I mean, I was excited to dig it. I was even willing to give the property owner the things. I was like, hey, man, I'll give them to you. It was just exciting for me to dig it, you
Right.
know? But
Right.
they got
Wow.
bent out of shape because some people they think, oh, because I showed up here earlier, even though the dig's over with, I can go on the property without permission, say, oh, I'm part of this dig, you know.
Right.
But that
Right.
wasn't the case.
Wow. I hate it when people ruin it. You know, we are all
Yeah,
ambassadors of the hobby. What
that's
you
right.
do affects the whole hobby.
Right. A property is like somebody's house, you know, it's their investment. They've spent time, money, working several years just to pay for it.
Right.
You can't just wander on it, disrespect it, and treat it like you're just cutting through a section of lawn.
Right.
It's not like that, you know.
Yep. What is your favorite relic you've ever found?
Ah, that's the iron. So I have an iron. It's a giant triangle. Let's see if I can do a triangle here. So it's like that, but the back side of the iron opens up. You can put coals into it, close it, and you can steam your clothes with it. So it's like a triangle, but it's probably about that thick, and the back side opens. I got it in my closet because it's very
Oh wow.
fragile. I don't want to break it, but I
Yep.
walked probably about 2.5 miles up the mountain in the snow. And when we showed up, we didn't know there was going to be snow. So
Oh
by the
wow.
time we get over the top of the mountain, my toes were already numb, freezing, and hurting. And we were looking for a cellar hole. We found it, and that's the only thing I found at that cellar hole.
Oh my
And
gosh.
that thing was probably about maybe 11 inches deep. I
Oh
beat the
wow.
tire out of the ground to get that thing out of there.
Oh geez. And then
And
you
at
had to
first, I was
carry it
just like,
all the
oh,
way
this is weird.
back.
It's like a triangle. I didn't get what it was at first, you know. And
Right.
then once I realized, I was like, oh, wow, you know, that's so cool. They could just open the back, put the hot coals in it, and they could iron
Yep.
their clothes. I'm
Yep.
like, that's genius.
Yeah. Have you ever donated finds to a museum?
I have, yep. There's a couple of museums I've donated finds that came from the town to that town. I have a couple of boxes I've tried to donate to local historical societies, and most of them say you can donate them, but they're going to just go in the basement. Nobody's ever going to see them. And then some of them are like, we're not really interested in that. We have our display. That's pretty much that. So it's kind of
Hmm.
a shame,
Right.
but you know, there are a
Have
few.
you ever helped somebody find something they lost?
I have actually. All right, so I mean, I can't name names, but me and a couple of the people that I dug with before the stealth diggers, we helped the local law enforcement. One time it was recovering a stolen gun.
Oh wow.
Somebody had stolen the gun and thrown it out on a back road. Uh, we all searched everywhere. I happened to be the lucky guy that found it. So it was a rifle. When they threw it, it went down the bank and slid under a log. So they
Uh-huh.
couldn't see it, but the metal detector picked it up, obviously from like 3 feet away.
Wow.
So as soon as I saw it, I knew not to touch it. So I was like, I found the gun. And the
Yeah.
lieutenant's like, I'm buying him lunch. I'm like, all right. But yeah, they were really nice people. The second time was uh, one of the local people had jewelry stolen
Uh-huh.
from them, like a bunch.
Oh
Like
wow.
somebody raided their house, took their jewelry, and one of the townspeople caught it on their outdoor camera that the vehicle had went past there. So we went up looking, and we ended up finding like $3,000 or $4,000 worth of jewelry. Some of it still with tags on,
Oh my
barely under the
god.
leaf cover. Like they threw it so they wouldn't get caught with it, and they were going to come back for it later.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't
That's
believe people would do
wild.
that. But when we found that, they were giving us these little metal poles with a flag on it. You find something, you flag it. Don't touch it, otherwise you got to go to court when it goes to court.
Yep.
And as excited as we weren't allowed to post anything about it because it was an ongoing case. So
Mm-hmm.
here we were like, oh, cool, man. We get to help the local law enforcement, but
Yeah, there you
can't
go.
tell anybody about it.
Oh no.
You
Oh
know,
no.
it's kind of like wetting your pants in a wetsuit. You know, it gives you a warm feeling, but nobody notices.
Oh my goodness. Do you participate in other forms of treasure hunting?
Uh, for the most part, it's just metal detecting. I think other than that,
Oh
not
no,
really
there's something else you
treasure.
do.
Well, I do a little bit of bottle digging here, but
Yeah.
I'm very new to it. Uh, I like the bottles that I find, all the weird, crazy, awkward ones. But the last time I did, I got poison ivy so bad.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. So
Gotta
now it's
wear
gloves
gloves.
from here on out. All digging season, I have to do it.
Yep.
You know. But yeah, I got poison ivy terrible. I still got bottles on the shelf behind me, way back
Hmm.
there, that are still the same way I brought them home. They still got funky liquid in them. I haven't dumped or anything. I don't want to
Hmm.
touch them because last time I did, my hands were peppered with it. Oh,
Oh
hopefully
geez.
it'll wear off over time, or I'll have to scrub it clean with gloves on or something.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Welcome, D Spud. What is the most surprising experience you've ever had while metal detecting?
that is a tough one. Most surprising or most scary?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, I'll give you a twofer. So I've had two surprising and scary at the same time. I was very new to detecting. I think I had finally graduated from the F2 and I had got an AT Pro. And I was out where my friend showed me there were a few cellar holes I could putter around with to kind of learn. And I had the earphones on so I could hear the tones. I'm swinging around, you can't hear anything outside the noise because you know how the machines are. And this deer bolted right in front of me,
Oh wow.
scared the life out of me, like to the point where like my whole body went cold. He scared me because I didn't even know he was there, and he flew right past me, and I almost panicked. And
Wow.
then after a second, I was like, "All right, I'm okay," and I started to settle down. The worst one was when I was digging with the stealth diggers. The Colorado crew had came up. I got a permission. There were 5 cellar holes and maybe a 6 mile stretch of back road, and we had made it to like the third or fourth cellar hole. One of them was kind of undetermined. Nobody had found it yet. And I was digging a signal in the middle of the road. Now it's fall time, so there's leaves everywhere. And I didn't hear anything. And then, so I dig this little metal finial, which you've seen those before,
Hmm.
little tiny finials. And there was a brass one. And when I started to stand up, this bobcat ran past me and scared the tire out of me, let me tell
Oh
you.
my gosh.
And at first I was trying not to freak out, so I went and told everybody. They're like, "No way!" I'm like, "Dude, come here!" And I showed them. It's in the video. I believe it's called Oh Mio Mile, but you can see where I'm standing, and the bobcat's prints right beside me. So
Oh
I think
geez.
because I was crouched down, it thought I was something smaller than what I was. And
That's
when I
wow.
stood up, instead of it attacking me, it ran past me. But boy, whew, you talk about having that
Oh
lose your
geez.
heartbeat for a minute.
Talk about an adrenaline rush there.
Oh
Woo.
yeah. Yeah, I was pretty surprised.
Right. Okay, let's see. How much do you utilize research?
Uh, right now I'd probably say about maybe 30%. I mean, most of the time Charlie does like most of the research and stuff like that, or say Damien knows somebody or Nate knows somebody. You know, I've got a couple of small places that haven't been explored yet, but we haven't really had time to get around to those yet.
Hmm.
Some of it's got to do with the location. It'd be too much driving for a couple of people versus the other, so
Right.
we try to
Right.
find something kind of central where if it turns out to be a dud, we didn't waste all day getting out to the site,
Hmm.
you know.
Right. Do you see many detectorists in your area?
I've seen a couple.
Hmm.
I've seen a couple at the local parks, nice people. There
Hmm.
was one guy, I'm not going to name names, but I chewed him out because he was metal detecting in a town called Winchester in the grass in front of the cemetery, which to me is kind of,
Oh, that's not good.
he wasn't in the cemetery, but he was in front of it. But to me, it's just like a respect thing. You just
Hmm.
don't. So
Oh, I have done that. I have done that, but we had permission because Anthony was redoing the roads in the cemetery. We got
Yep.
permission to metal detect the roads because there was an old house site underneath the cemetery.
Right. Well, the thing was, is I was going to tell him, I get you here in the grass, but you can't detect in the cemetery. But
Right.
because I said that, all of a sudden the guy was offended and had
Yeah.
a bunch of words for me I'm not going to repeat, but I just
Yeah.
tried to tell him, it just doesn't look good for the hobby, metal detecting around the cemetery. That's kind
Right.
of a sacred ground. That's the big no-no. But,
Yeah. Yeah,
you
it
know,
is. It's voodoo. It's big no no.
yeah.
Have you ever attended a metal detecting event?
Almost. I've been invited to several.
Hmm.
One I was going to show up to, but I think it's a. Oh yeah, actually, it was a few years back. I actually had to have a minor surgery procedure, so I couldn't go.
Oh, geez.
But
Bummer.
in a way, well, actually, you know what? I actually
Look at
have.
not right Johnny's comment. That guy was picking some pronouns for you.
Now I save my pronouns for you, buddy. You know it. But I actually did go to one event. Now that you mentioned the one where I found the Constellatio.
Yeah,
It was
right,
one of the groups that I had first joined. It was, a basic forum that hold
right,
a hunt every year. Everybody pay a few bucks and you
mhm,
could hunt per day or two. But,
right,
most of the time it was, I didn't expect to find anything great. It was just out of the giant group, there's probably about 10 or 15 people that just really love the hobby, really love the history. So I
mhm,
was just like, you know what? I'll pay the few bucks, go hang out with them. If I don't find anything, at least I know I've hung out with a good crowd of people.
right.
You know?
Well, that's what I tell everybody. You don't always find, you don't
That's right.
always find good stuff at events. Yeah, I go mainly, I get to meet other people that have the
Yeah,
same passion, the same for the hobby that, we both love. And that,
absolutely.
but I have found good stuff at one of my hunts. So, it can happen. It can
Oh yeah,
happen.
it
The
sure can.
Pennsylvania hunt that I went to, come out swinging event, I found the first copper and the first silver of the day.
Nice.
One on top of the other, like 4 inches by four
Wow.
inches. And that, yeah, it was crazy in monsoon weather.
Oh, I can
And that.
imagine. We've had days
And
like
then
that.
and then a bunch of these guys accused me of planting them, and I had two guys on each side of me going, "What do you got, Deej? That sounds good." And they both watched me dig it up, and they're going, "No, no, no, she didn't plant
Right?
nothing. We watched her dig these up,
Yeah.
And thank God I re-swung over my hole, or I never would have found the silver."
Sometimes if people don't dig the best thing in the group, they tend to try to knock down anyone that does. But
Right,
when it comes down to the end of the day, if you're the one digging it, you know the truth. You
right.
know.
I remember I was, because it really affected me, made me feel bad that somebody would think I would do something like that. And trying to remember who I was talking to. Oh no, I was at a different hunt and somebody accused me of that.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, what the heck? And I had, and it was a very obscure type button that I dug. A Polish army 1800s Polish military button, okay?
Right.
I'm in the United States, you know? And it was beautiful. And I sent a picture of it to Drew, Jocelyn's Drew.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dirt, Naughty Dog Diggers.
Oh right. Right.
And he was like, don't listen to them dingbats, and
Some
that.
people like that. I
But
had one guy try to say, "Oh, you fake your finds." I'm like, "You really think I'd be digging all the junk I dig if I faked my finds?"
yeah.
I'm like, I'd be top of the leaderboard if I'm going to waste my time doing that.
Right. But it's just try to be happy for fellow treasure hunters,
Yeah,
everybody. there.
Yeah,
We
that's
don't
half
all
the
get to dig good stuff. We
right,
try to
and
be
that's half
happy
the
for
problem.
our
Like
friends
somebody
that
will dig
do.
something like, say, a mercury dime on a forum, and you got a
Yeah,
guy that's got 15 years experience. Oh, I've dug 12 of them, instead of saying, "Good job, congratulations,"
that was my
and
white
and
whale
it
for
has an effect on that new person because they're like, "Here, I thought I did good. I dug a silver." And people are just bogging me down. It drives them away from the hobby. They're like,
right.
if this is the way the hobby is, where's the excitement? Where's the joy?
It took
Sharing with
me 9
others.
or
But
10 years to dig my first Merc, you guys. I hear I'm digging barber dimes, but can I dig a Merc? No. And I would get so mad when I dug a barber dime, and people are going, "Why are you upset?" I said, "Because my white whale is a mercury dime. I have yet to dig a mercury dime." They're going, "Really?" I said, "Really?"
I've dug a ton of mercury dimes, but I've only dug one barber. So I'm the
Oh,
opposite
wow.
on that.
Yep. Yep. All right. Have you collaborated with other YouTube channels? Well,
Yes.
not right, Johnny.
Yes. Not right, Johnny. I've dug
Uh-huh.
with Messy Holes. I've dug with a
Mm-hmm.
good friend of mine, Metal Mike and Persis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if many people know that, but they're a husband and wife team that dig.
Yep.
Really nice people.
Mm-hmm.
I think other than that, the other people I've dug with don't really have a channel,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Right.
Well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. We've got Kay's digging it. I've dug with her.
Right.
Uh, Sandy Coils,
Right.
which both at the same time they're
Right.
patrons of Stealth Diggers. They came up and I've
Yep.
dug with them a few times. And
And Kay was responsible for you and I meeting for the first time.
yes, yes, that was a bit of a collaboration because there were a lot of things going on at the same time, but we were actually able to get a chance to meet in person.
Yep.
Which is
Yep.
rare because usually, things happen so fast. I'm like, well, I could dig with you this day, but the group's going out on that day, and.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Um, okay, we're gonna take 2 minutes here, you guys. I gotta check the dog. He's just a little
Okay,
bit too quiet. I'll be right back.
all right. We'll give 1 second. I'll be right back too.
Okay, he's all right. He can be sneaky, you guys. I made a small pork roast last week and sliced up part of it and pushed it all the way to the back of the stove. And that stinker binker got it off the stove and ate the whole thing. So when he gets quiet, I get suspicious. So anybody that has just come into the chat, choose a number from 1 to 60. This is for the giveaways tonight. I have some Valentine's giveaways. Okay. Let's see. Cynthia, bad dog. Yeah. He was in deep doo doo, let me tell you.
All right, there we go.
I can't believe your cat is not up on that shelf behind you like he
Oh,
was the
she's
other
right
day.
beside me. Every so often, she grabs my hand. I go to pet her, and she bites me.
Oh, geez.
Not like a
Yep.
hard bite, but
Right.
she likes to play.
Right. I miss my kitty cat, Salem.
Well, I've got two that I adopted. They're absolutely adorable, but they're so much trouble. That's all I can say
Okay. I
on the
can't
record.
remember if we talked about this. How did you meet Charlie?
Okay, well, what happened was I had a buddy named Jay, and he was friends with Henry, and I went out digging with Jay a few times, and one of those times Henry came out, and we both kind of had the same mindset. We loved the history, had a little bit of sense of humor. We
Mhm.
weren't like out to dig to try to, fatten our wallet. We just were interested in the history. And after several times, I ended up hunting with Henry a few times. He's like, you should come out sometime and dig with the rest of the stealth diggers. And I was a fan at that time, so I was trying not to fanboy or whatever they call it, where it's
Right.
like, oh my God, it's the stealth diggers. And I went
Right.
out and dug with them, and I was just surprised to see that they were just normal people like myself that just loved the hobby, loved the history.
Yep.
And then, so it ended up, I think it was episode 137 called We Be Going Digging, where me and another guy named Ammo Joe, who came out and we dug with them for the first time.
Oh
And then
wow.
every couple of weeks, he would ask me to come back out and dig. And then, when the other people that were part of the original crew, you know, they ended up having a lot of life stuff to keep up with, you know.
Right.
And I'm not faulting them for that, Life
No.
is life. You got to do life. Some of them, they would travel several hours to get there, you know, hike for several miles, get back to, say, the
Yep.
rally point, and then they'd still have several hours to drive back home.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
some of
that's
them
a
had,
lot.
kids that were going to be leaving home or going to college that they wanted to spend time with. So,
Right.
that's why they disappeared. It wasn't like, I showed up and everybody else got fired.
Right.
But I mean, right now we're kind of working on a rotation. My wife has every other weekend off, so I dig
Mhm.
every other weekend usually and try to spend her weekends off with her. As long as she can
Right.
tolerate me, I'm home.
Right. Right. So did you find that Henry was a wealth of information too?
Yes, he was a wealth of information, but as far as the way Henry was, like what you see on the videos is what you get. He was always full of
Yep.
laughter. He always had a positive outlook on something, and he could pick up almost any instrument and play it.
Yep.
Like there were some times we weren't even digging where he'd come down to my house with his ukulele and show me all kinds of crazy songs on the ukulele I could barely try to play,
Mhm.
you know. But
I still
he
play his videos every single
he
day.
uh he
I
figured it.
miss him very
I don't
much.
know if he bought it or created himself, but he made an electric ukulele, and this thing sounded amazing. It
Wow.
sounded like a real lead guitar the way he would play it,
Yep.
you know. And
Yep.
we used to get together and jam sometimes when we weren't digging, and he'd come out to the shack and all
Right.
that stuff, and it was a lot
Wow.
of fun. And he had a really nice family too. His wife and his kids, really nice people.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. Now I'm going to give you one question that I ask everybody whenever I have a guest on. If
Okay.
you could give someone new to metal detecting one important tip, what would it be?
I would have to say, regardless of what machine you have, take the time to understand what it's saying. I flew through so many machines trying to get the biggest, the baddest, and the best, and it ended up coming back to the not so expensive machines and paying attention is what started getting me to understand what it was actually going on. And I started to progress more. I stopped worrying about trying to keep up with the Jones or whatever they call it, where you got to have the most expensive machine. You don't really need that. Any machine will find metal. If you can
Mhm.
understand your machine, that's just as powerful as the most machine out there, money wise.
Mhm.
I'll give you a quick example. My father-in-law, he was the one who was metal detecting before me, who got me into it originally. Uh, my wife's nephew had a little $30 Radio Shack metal detector on the beach in Florida, swinging around, and he pulled up a gold chain. You
Oh
know,
wow.
yeah. So you don't really have to have a high-end machine. You just have to understand what your machine's telling you. You
Mhm.
know, there's
Wow.
no, you got to be in the 700 club or whatever it is, where you got to spend tons of money. You just got to understand what's going on. Don't let
Right.
anybody tell you your machine's garbage because they're a fanboy of a different brand. I
Right.
know people with all different brands, and they all work good for different people.
Right.
They do.
Yep.
I do like the brand that I have, the brands that I use,
Mhm.
but I won't slag down the other brands.
Well, yeah, I don't believe in brand shaming either.
Yep, me either.
Okay, you also have your own channel sharing another passion of yours.
Yes, I do.
Okay, and it's called Waynos Photography.
Yep, yep.
How did you get started in that?
So I didn't really originally get started because I was interested in wildlife. What happened was is my son needed senior pictures, and it was like $175 for 13 shots, and I got aggravated. In my mind, I was like, you know what? Any idiot can pick up a camera, blah blah blah, and learn how to do it. Well, it was
Hmm.
a little bit more than that, so I was a little bit wrong there. I went out and I bought a camera, started taking pictures. As a new photographer, a lot of portrait people don't want to give you a chance because you don't really have a word of mouth. You don't have any clients. So I was like, you know what? Nobody wants to hire me. I'll go out and take some pictures of, some scenery or some birds. And I kind of got fascinated with trying to figure out how to capture the birds in flight because they move quick. And so I went and I bought a book. It was called how to how to do stunning digital photography. It was only like $19 or maybe less, a paperback off
Hmm.
Amazon. So I read the book, I studied it, and between that and YouTube, it gave me the fundamentals to understand what I needed. So I slowly upgraded. I'm on my fourth camera now, but I finally got one that can do more than I can understand. So I think I'm in the right place.
Yep.
But so now I can actually capture the eagles in flight and the other birds that are fast, as long as I pay
Hmm.
attention to my settings. Uh,
Yep.
but I've done several different things. I really enjoy the wildlife. I've been to probably about every zoo in the tri-state area. I went
Hmm.
out on my birthday a couple of years ago to New England falconry, where I got to fly hawks off of my wrist and send them out to attack stuff and come back. Incredible.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Do
I've gotten
you have
into it so much.
laws? There are some states that you have to buy a permit to video or film or photograph in state
Photo,
parks.
so the photograph you can do pretty much whatever you want if you're in a public place. The video, there's kind of a fine line. So if you're in the public, you can video like some YouTubers do. Oh, I'm videoing this going on at this store or whatnot. Some stores can say that's not allowed. Um, but there's kind of a controversy. So with New Hampshire, some people are saying, and I don't know if it's actually law or just two different sides of the argument, they're saying where both sides have to agree in order to video. So, I mean, I'm not sure on that
Hmm.
part. So
Hmm.
most of the time, if I'm out on the trail filming wildlife, somebody walks by and talks to me, I usually clip that out just to be on the safe side. Some of my pictures, you'll see people have caught these giant fish. I've taken the picture, but they've also given me permission to post it to
Right.
my page.
Right.
And I've done a couple of weddings and stuff like that. And
Right.
weddings are really cool to photograph, but they're pretty high end out of the gate. Like I was running for 5 hours straight
Yep.
to photograph this wedding. It was a friend of mine's, but still,
Yeah.
in order you got to get every single angle possible. That's their. It's not like oh people got together for a photo. That's the one day they're going to do that.
Right.
You cannot miss nothing.
Yeah.
It's better to take 5,000 pictures and get rid of two or 300 to make sure you didn't miss nothing.
Right.
Luckily, everything came out great. So, I mean,
Yeah.
other than that, to get my skills going, I used to volunteer doing photography for a local place that was called True Hope. They did horse therapy for veterans with PTSD, kids with autism, stuff like that. And that's how I learned to take moving pictures in the dark, which
Hmm.
people, if you know about photography, it's not your standard thing in the light where you can just crank up your shutter speed. Crank up the shutter speed to freeze the action, you lose light. So when you're in the dark, you have to adjust your aperture and everything else. I had to have a special lens for it, but you know that was
Right.
one of the things that has helped me. And I volunteered to help a good cause. You know, I've had several places that have tried to recruit me as a volunteer, but right now, life is just so busy. I don't have time. You know,
Right.
I got no problem with helping a good cause. If I had time, yes, but if I can't devote enough time to be a help to your cause, then
Right.
you're better off to probably find someone who can really put their boots to the ground.
Right. Well, the reason why I asked if there's laws about filming in state parks, for instance, I have friends that have a channel in Australia
Oh
called
yeah.
the Sand Van, and they are doing the lap of Tasmania right now, and they had to
Oh,
buy a permit to be able to film parks in different areas of Tasmania. You
oh
cannot
wow.
film without this permit and that.
No kidding. I wonder if that's just for the country or for the park specifically. I mean, I usually try to stay up on that. Like I do like flying drones and radio controlled cars, but
Right,
like for my drones,
right.
I have an app that tells me where you can and can't fly.
Okay, that's
And for the
cool.
drones I have, I'm certified by the FAA, so
Okay,
I know what I can legally do and can't do. So if
that's
I
cool.
step outside that bounds, that's on me if I get in trouble because
Right,
I do better. I took the test, I passed. It's
right.
basically safety and ethics, is what it is.
Yep,
Don't hound over people's window, don't harass them with your drone. But I put a
right.
few of those on my YouTube channel too. I mean, it's a lot of fun just to see that different perspective. But
Yep,
so far, I haven't ran into any issues. I have volunteered. Uh, let's see, a year and a half ago, there was a guy, and that was from down the road. He was an elderly man with dementia that went missing. I had offered to help with my drone, but at that point, they had so many people with drones there, they said it would just be more of interference, but they did thank me for my offer.
right.
So,
Okay, I just put the link in for Waynos Photography
yep.
and that. I don't
Run
know where
free.
Sherry.
I
I
don't
don't
do
know where Sherry
competition. I
went.
just kind of enjoy the process. I like getting up close and personal with the eagles and the hawks and stuff like that. Just checking them
Right,
out. Well, I got a long lens. I don't get real close. I don't like intrude, but I can see them from a long distance. I got a 800 millimeter lens that I use. It's pretty insane. But that's half the battle. You want a big lens so you're not intruding on nature. It's okay to observe them, but let's
right.
not disturb them. So this is the 800 millimeter lens. It doesn't even fit in the camera,
Oh wow, that's even
and
bigger.
it looks like my
That's even
video
bigger than
froze for a
mine.
second. How many times have I heard that? All right, no, I'm
Oh
kidding.
my.
I think my video froze. Looks like I'm still holding the lens up, but I've already put it away.
Okay, Brun Free is from Australia. She wants to know, Waynos, have you ever entered in photography competitions?
I haven't. I've been in the newspaper and I've been on my local New Hampshire Chronicle for some of my photos about. All right, I know exactly what's going on. Let me get a quick battery change. Sorry to everybody in the comments here, but
Okay, hang on. Hang on, everybody.
there.
Teresa, hello, Teresa. Welcome back. Teresa, choose a number from 1 to 60, please. We're going to be choosing some prizes here shortly. So you have to be present to win, folks. So stay in the chat. Number from 1 to 60, Teresa.
All right, there we go.
There he is.
Sorry about that, folks.
I didn't even notice.
Now my battery's only
Teresa,
run for so long.
Teresa, how about number 6? 5 is already taken. 4 is open, 6 is open, 7 is open, 8 is open. I don't know if she heard. Well, I'll watch for. Oh,
Yep. I think 6.
no, that was Spud.
Oh,
Oh, wait. She said, hi, D Spud. Hi, Spud. You want number 6? Okay, number 6. Teresa. Okay. All right. Okay. So while that was happening, you were answering Run Free's question.
Yeah.
Whether you've ever entered a photography competition?
Yeah, so I haven't entered any competitions. I've had my pictures in the paper and I've been on the local New Hampshire Chronicle, but
Mm-hmm.
which, was actually like our local news to actually be on TV. I mean, it
Oh,
was
that's
only a
cool.
small part, but it was talking about how eagles used to be extinct in this area and how the population's booming. Because me and a couple of my friends, we keep track of the eagle population and we send that to the Audubon people that we know,
Oh,
and
that's
they keep
cool.
track. So the guy that I used to talk to, he retired, so I got contacted a couple of days ago by the lady that's taking his place.
Uh-huh.
So
That's
once spring
cool.
hits, when I'm out there, I gotta document what I see,
Now,
and let them know.
how many pairs of eagles are out by you?
Right now, as of last year, there were 84 pairs.
Wow.
I know we have two pairs that are not far from me, about 25 minutes. They're what I call the hardcore pair. They do
Uh-huh.
not go south for the winter. They stay all winter regardless of temperatures,
Oh my
snow.
gosh.
I know. And
Wow.
the female eagles, they are huge. Let me tell you, when they fly over you, it's kind of intimidating as well as exciting. Like when you're looking through the camera,
Uh-huh.
your camera goes black because they're so big because the wings are like 6 foot on each side,
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. They can get up to 8 foot wingspan. It's
Right.
crazy.
Thank you, Paul, for putting the Stealth Diggers link in.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, I already put the link for your photography channel in.
Okay, that's where the majority of the pictures. My my
Right.
uh my YouTube is kind of like a mix of all different things.
Uh-huh.
It's not necessarily just metal detecting or photography. There could be games on there. Just kind of
Right.
where I throw everything. And my thought behind that is when I get too old to do stuff anymore, I
Right.
can kind of relive stuff by watching my own
Right.
ridiculous videos.
That makes sense. Wild Pinto says, I have a bald eagle nesting on my property. He's in Pennsylvania,
Nice, nice. Enjoy it and
I think.
enjoy it from afar.
You're in
Don't get too
Pennsylvania,
close.
right, Wild Pinto? Do I remember that right? I think he's in Pennsylvania. So, but
Either
yeah.
way, it's a pretty cool sight to see
Now,
because they're going to start having their babies pretty soon in like another month. At
oh,
least up
really?
here, anyway. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's in Western PA.
Yeah, he's in Western PA. There we go. Tasmania has heritage laws. If an area is a heritage area, then a permit is required. Right.
Oh, okay. Well, I
So,
mean, if there was one required, I'd probably have to get it, but
right, right.
most of the time I'm just walking trails with the camera. If I see something, I see it. If I can get enough pictures, then I put it into a little video compilation.
Yeah. How much work is wildlife photography?
Uh, other than just walking and carrying a little bit of equipment, I think the learning the camera and what settings for what, that's
Mm-hmm.
really the heavy lifting of it, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a bit to learn it. And then there were some things, principles that were in the book that I was just like, no, that can't be right. And now over time of trying to override them and do my own way, I ended up coming back to saying, okay, yeah, all right. I submit, I get why they said that, even
Right,
though I didn't think it was a reality. But that
right.
that cheap little
On
paperback book, it helps so much.
so, do you get your film and photographs by walking or kayaking?
I was doing kayaking for a while. Now I'm gonna start doing on foot. The
Yeah.
type of areas I was kayaking, uh, sitting on the hard plastic for long periods of time was just not good for my lower back.
Right,
So I need
right,
to be up. I need to be walking. And hopefully, once I get the pinched nerve in my neck taken care of, then things will get a little easier. I'm hoping it's gone by digging season. Maybe a little bit
yeah,
of physical therapy or something.
right,
Hopefully, they'll put me in one of those little neck donuts that are up like here. You'll see me on the video swinging my machine like this, turning
right.
my whole body every time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can relate. I have herniated disc in my back I have to be careful of.
Yeah, that's what they think it caused it. So I got one leg that falls asleep when I'm laying on my back, and that's because of my lower back condition. You
Right.
know, I'm one of those people. I technically should be home and not doing much, but I'm a get up and get going type of person. So I push a lot more than what I'm supposed to, but I have all these hobbies and fascinations that I refuse to stay tied down, so I push past them. I pay for it later, but it's okay. You know,
Right.
kind of like a credit card. Enjoy it for now,
What
pay for it later.
what is your favorite subject to photograph?
I would have to say when an eagle's grabbing a fish out of the water. Uh, American
Oh, yeah.
woodlands and relics. What is the most elusive wildlife to photograph? I
Yeah.
would have to say the belted kingfisher. That is the cutest little bird. They dive like a bullet into the water to grab a fish, and when they never sit still. So if you catch them hovering before they dive, you might get a picture. But the funny thing is, when they're in the branches hiding in the trees, they laugh almost like Woody Woodpecker, like they're mocking you.
Wow.
I won't say what we call them, but we call them the blank birds because it's like they're laughing and making fun of you. We'll just
Oh,
say that.
geez. Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, they're
Frankie
beautiful
Frankie
birds.
Petey Sandigger says we are starting to see more eagles here in South Carolina.
Yep, yeah, they migrate. Some of them migrate down there for a certain period of time. If
Hmm.
you actually go, if you're in the Maryland area, you go to Conowingo Dam. That's where 90% of all the north, west, and east eagles they congregate there because there's a dam there. And when the shad, it's a type of fish, when they come through the dam stuns them. So it's like a feeding frenzy for all the birds,
Wow.
all the hawks, the eagles, you name it, great blue herons. Yeah, there's videos all over the internet. I'm thinking about going down there at some point, but it's like a 6 hour drive. So I'd have to go
Wow.
down the night before, stay in a hotel, because if
Yeah.
you're not there at 4:30 in the morning, you got
Yeah.
nowhere to park, and there's already 500, 600 other photographers waiting.
Oh my
It
God.
happens from mid-December right up till early March.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is. So I was
That's
like,
wild.
not this year, but maybe next year. We'll see.
Right. 5 Mile Relic Hunter says we have lots of bald eagles here in Southwest Missouri. There's even one that's pure white.
Oh, nice. That's
Nice.
amazing.
Um, does anybody in the chat have a question for Waynos?
Yeah, that's right. Conowingo is awesome. I've never been there, but I've watched so many videos. Some
Demoose
point.
Demoose Barbecue says he's had the pleasure of seeing an eagle fishing in person.
Oh, I have too. When I was in the kayak, it happened right near me, scared the crap out of me, because I didn't even know the eagle was there. It just came out of nowhere and snagged a fish. I jumped so.
Right.
If anybody had saw me, they would have laughed at me because I looked so ridiculous. But it was so quick.
Cynthia, my moderator, says when we lived in Alaska, we had a bald eagle foundation there, thousands of them.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's actually a town in Alaska that's so many eagles that people can't walk outside because they could be attacked.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah, I was watching a special on it. I mean,
Okay,
Cynthia probably knows a lot about it.
Seth Lava has a question. What's the best way to deal with an extremely iron polluted field that's on a historic site?
Well, in my opinion, you have a choice. You can either dig through all the iron, or some people are using now almost like the magnet fishing. They'll dig a manhole sized plug. They go around it with the magnet, and that
Yep.
will pick up so much of the junk to get out of the way. So essentially, like in any trashy site, it's a lot of work and it stinks, but you got to get the junk out of there so you can hear what's underneath it. Or because, like a small piece of iron, it can have what I call an aura that can mask up to like two,
Yeah,
three
because
feet.
it leaches out into the soil.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Well, I'm trying to think. Charlie did a test when you guys were digging at a friend's house that was historical. Do you remember that?
Where they dug the pit.
Where they dug the pit and
Yes.
everywhere there was a nail, he swung over it first, and then and it sounded really busy, loud, like
Oh
lots of
yeah.
iron. And then he dug down, and it was one or two nails making all that racket.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then
It's
swung over it again and found something copper.
yep. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that the junk in the ground, how it can throw you off. A lot of people like that's how I found that Riel because I kept
Um,
playing around where it sounded so terrible, and I happened to just lock onto it.
well, we own a machine that we can cheat. Okay, I dig very little iron. Okay, I mean it has to be a banging signal for me to dig iron. Okay,
Yep.
on the T2, I can flip it over to all metal, swing over it to see if it's iron.
Yep.
That's how I avoid digging iron. The T2, you can go from a defined setting where I'm looking for certain things
Yep.
to all metal to verify, is that copper or is that iron? And
Oh
that's
yeah.
how that's why I don't dig that much trash.
Oh, I dig a lot of trash because sometimes I find stuff that sounds like trash and should be trash 100%.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of it's got to do with our area and our soil
right,
compared to different parts throughout the U.S. But
right,
I have dug buttons that sounded like garbage, like barely above a nail, little tiny
right.
buttons. So after that, I stopped being so picky. But yes, it's a lot more work. You get a picture a lot
Yeah,
more, but that's why some sites were slowly eliminating because we searched the daylights out of it, I guess we'll say, till
right,
we can't really pick nothing more out of it, and then we move on.
right.
Oh, so somebody said,
Let's
"What's the
see.
story behind the spoon
What is
toss?"
the story behind the spoon toss
All right,
clips?
so the spoon toss started before I was with Stealth Diggers, but what happened was, is every time they went out, they would find spoons. So as a joke, they'd find a spoon, they'd be like, "Ah, get it out of here." So then it became a thing. People liked it, so we started doing the spoons falling, and then
Right.
can't remember what episode it was, but I dug like a spoon spill of like 12 or 14 spoons, and
Mm-hmm.
he did the giant throwing put 14 spoons up there. But
Right.
we're slowly getting down to where we're not finding as many spoons. They're actually just little broken pieces of them now because
Yeah.
we're working these sites to death.
Yeah. Because you've had multiple detectors
Well,
to
not just
screen.
that, but for every detector that's out there, you either pull it out of the ground or in so many years it's going to dissipate into rust and dust and
Yep.
nobody will ever know it was there.
Yep. Yep. Let's see. Did I miss any other questions? That was for Paul. Okay. Anybody else have a question?
I know, I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. If anybody out there said hello and I didn't see you, hello, sorry. I'm trying to keep up with it
Yep. Me
all.
too. Me too.
It's not
Okay.
personal, I just didn't see it.
So these are the last two questions that I think are fun questions that I
Okay.
ask everybody. Okay. So every guest I have, I ask these two fun questions. If you could add a function to your favorite metal detector, what would it be?
Oh, it would definitely be a weed whacker.
A
There's
weed
so
whacker.
there are so many times where we have tall grass where there's great signals in, and when it's damp, sometimes it can false off the coil. And I just keep thinking, man, if there was a way to just weed whack the grass as I swung, then we could get closer to the ground and get more of an accurate reading on what we're actually hearing.
Mm-hmm.
That would be 100%. If I could, even if you rig a little solar panel off the side of it,
Yeah.
solar powered, wouldn't affect your battery. Whatever company's out there making machines, you better pay attention. In the future, you're going to need this.
Yep. Treasure Tom says a flamethrower
Hey, that's not bad for the ticks. That might be a good idea.
for the ticks. Yep. Okay. There was somebody else. Let me double check. Collector Paul asks, what is a good beginning detector? Paul, are you asking for a child or an adult?
Right. Yeah, there's a couple categories: child or adult, or what type of detecting are you planning on doing, like
Yeah,
woods, field, or water or salt water?
I would say if it was any land detecting, if it was for a kid, I would say a Delta 4000.
Yeah, my father-in-law
I
had a
use a
Delta
Delta
3000.
4000 in parks.
Right? My father-in-law had a Delta 3000. He gave it to my son, but my son was young at the time, and once he realized you couldn't sell everything you found, he
Hmm.
lost interest in the hobby.
Oh, yeah. Oh, metal detecting NC in the house. Mike's in the house. Mike, choose a number from 1 to
Hey,
60,
Mike, how are
please.
you?
Choose a number from 1 to 60. What do Dame and Charlie use for mosquitoes since they don't wear mosquito net like you?
All
We
right,
have
I got an
terrible
answer for
mosquitoes
that.
here.
That's probably going to blow everybody's mind. So, everybody knows I wear the bug net. Mosquitoes and black flies, they eat the tire out of me, and I get bumps and swelling. For
Hmm.
some reason, the ticks don't like me. The ticks
Oh,
love
wow.
them, but the mosquitoes and the black flies don't really seem to bother them.
Oh, my gosh.
Sometimes Charlie will light a cigar and just let the cigar smoke go while he's out there swinging and detecting. Usually it keeps the bugs off of him. Damien will be
Uh-huh.
fine for like 20 minutes, and then he'll do one of those karate things where he's swatting them off. Then he's good for another half hour. Me,
Wow.
they'll call me if I don't use something. And I decided the bug net because like the off and stuff works good, but I really don't want to be spraying those chemicals on my face so many year after year, you know? It's
Right.
not good for
Right.
you.
Mike, how about number 41? 42's taken. Dragon Lady has it. Then I got one more question for you, and then we're going to start drawing winners.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, Joel, drum detect in the house.
Hey, Joel.
Joel, draw a number or choose a number from 1 to 60, please. Mike, is 41 okay? 41 is good. Metal detecting NC. Yeah, my video Friday had Mike in it. We did some mudlarking.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check that
Uh,
out when I get some time.
19 is taken. How about 18, Joel? I put you down for 18, okay? 19's already taken. All right, so my last question for you of the night that I
Okay.
can think of right now. If you could snap your fingers and eliminate one kind of trash, what would it be?
All right. So it would be a certain type of flashing, but a lot of the farm fields find it, and it's textured. It looks almost, we call it lizard skin. It's aluminum, but it's got all these. It's part of metal roofing from like little barns. We will
Mhm,
find these fields that are old. They're amazing, but there's so much of that aluminum lizard skin in there, and they sound
mhm,
like a coin. You could have a piece that big, and it
mhm.
sounds like a coin that's that
Wow,
small. You
wow.
know, that's the one thing.
Yeah,
Tinfoil, I get that, but part of me is almost like 22s because there's some sites that
yeah,
are still riddled with them,
yeah.
but we're slowly clearing them out.
But 22s could be something else
I
because they're
know
brass.
sometimes you get those little buttons that ring up in there, sometimes a
Yep,
thimble, you
yep,
know.
yep.
But oh, that lizard skin, it rings up like it's like a 77, almost like a copper, almost dime, kind of in that area.
Right, right.
And those are the tough ones because you get excited and then you're like, how is it that it sounded like a tiny thing, but it's this 4 foot square of textured
Yep,
aluminum? I'm like, really?
exactly. What is on your bucket list that you have yet to find?
Right now, I think I would have to probably say, trying to think of the name of it, probably a Morgan.
Morgan Silver Dollar.
Yeah, that,
Yep.
I found a lot of odds and ends, and obviously I haven't found everything, but
I
I
have
think
dug one of those.
I
I
think I
have
think
found one in the wild.
that's probably the one thing that would blow
I've
my
never
mind.
found
But
one
as
in
you
a
may
cedar
know,
pine.
and other people who have watched the Stealth Digger channel, for a while we had to be careful what we were interested in finding because this guy Al Manuel, he would send us these little boxes, almost looked like a birdhouse.
Oh
There'd be a
yeah.
tag on it, be like, "Don't open this until you find your white whale."
Yeah.
Well, I finally found my white whale and opened it, and I was like, but once you get that box, it's almost like the curse. It's like you can't find it. Everyone around you finds what you're looking for,
I
but you can't
remember how
find
long
it.
it took for Dame to find his.
Well,
That was like me.
Dame still hasn't found his. His was a landscape Vermont copper.
Oh, was it?
So
Oh, I
yeah,
thought Dame found his. Whose was the
uh,
Croto Bell?
Nate was the Croto Bell.
Okay, Nate.
So the Vermont landscape copper. So far, I'm the only one that found it, and I feel bad because I found it before I knew what he wanted,
Right.
and I know where the site is. He knows where the site is, and I just
Right.
keep thinking, man, I hope there's one out there for him somewhere because
Right.
he's like the only one left of the active crew that hasn't found it.
Right.
His is tough because his is kind of specific.
Yep.
Mine was just like any Spanish silver, kind of like Charlie's. Nate was any Crotobel. Uh, Tin Man Cliff, his was an ox knob, and he found that luckily when he came out because they traveled
Right.
all the way from Colorado. So we're like, man, I hope he finds something good. That's a
Rustic
long way.
Redhead, your number isn't 18, it's 20. Okay. 23. Yes. How about 24, Joel? 24 is open. Okay. Drum detect. Oh, no. Okay. 24 is open. Drum detect.
All right, metal
Okay.
detected
All
MC.
right.
I'll have to check out your video when it comes up.
So tonight, okay, and I'll ship this anywhere. We have an antique Valentine's meat juice bottle. I chose it because we got Valentine's Day coming up and it says Valentine's meat juice that I'm going to give away tonight. That's the main prize, the biggest prize. But then I've got, let me grab them. Where'd I put them? I've got antique postcards that have George Washington 1-cent stamps on them. Some of them. But I've got antique Valentine postcards to give away as well. Oh, Mandy Brown's in the house.
Hi, Mandy.
Mandy Brown, choose a number from 1 to 60 real quick because I'm doing a drawing now. One to 60. Got 10 seconds because I need to do a drawing. It's not responding. And you must be present. There's 42 in the house. 43. Holy Corollis.
Yep.
Mandy chose 43. How about 45, Mandy? 43 is already taken. Because, I mean, we've been on for 2 hours almost. That's fine. Okay, Mandy Brown. Okay, if there's anybody in the house that has not chosen a number yet, you got 10 seconds to put your number in, but you can only choose one number. All right. So we got 10 seconds, and we're going to draw. Where did I put it? After here, I just showed it to everybody. There.
Was there a minute ago?
The Valentine's meat juice bottle. Okay, I don't. Oh, Patty. Dirt Clod metal detecting. Patty, choose a number from 1 to 60.
It's like 52.
52? That's available, Patty. Dirt Clod metal detecting. She's in Oregon, the whole other side of the country.
Oh, yeah, that's the opposite side of the country for me.
Yep, me too. Okay, I think that's it. I don't see anybody else in here. So, I've got this beaker full of orange balls that have numbers on them, 1 to 60. Okay, good luck, everybody. I'm going to pull a number. You have to be the closest without going over. The number is 11. Whoa, I almost dropped it. Number 11, which it's probably not going to be able to show up very good. Number 11. Number 11 is James Cloak. James Cloak, he's here.
Hey, congratulations.
Congratulations, Jimmy. Okay, meat juice bottle. Okay. All right. So we're going to set that there. Okay. So now we're going to choose. Here we've got a Valentine that says, if you will consent to be my Valentine, I'll let no other party break in on our line. Is anybody here old enough to remember party lines on telephones? Okay. So, and this one is written on in quill pen with a 1-cent George Washington stamp on the back that's been canceled. It says from Grandma, Gramma, Middle Fork, February 18th, 1912. So it's over 100 years old, and it's addressed to I can't read it.
So the flash was more than in your pan.
Josina Turner. Rural Route, Indiana. But this is what it looks like. And she's holding up the old-fashioned phone to her ear and her mouth. Look at that. So it's over 100 years old. Let's draw a number. Good luck, everybody. Okay, the number is number 34. Number 34. Let's see. Number 34 is nobody. But the next closest number is number 32, and that is Tracy of Digging Times Past. Nice. Tracy, are you in the house? You have to be present to win.
Yep, I just saw her comment.
Where is she? I'm not seeing it yet.
Oh,
there she is. She says she's here. Tracy, congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Okay, so she won phone Valentine. Okay. Congratulations. Okay, the next one is got, it is a Tuck, Tuck postcard, highly collectible postcard. And it's got a picture of a girl and a boy, and he's handing her a Valentine behind her back. And it says, with fond love on his suitcase. Okay. Cute, cute Valentine. And it's addressed 1908 is the postmark.
Wow.
It's another, it looks like Indiana postmark. Miss Dorothy Charlou, Indianapolis, Indiana. But cool postcard. Okay. There we go. Okay, got one. And the number is, are you ready? Number 22. Number 22. Oh my gosh, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Wow. That's generous of you. Number 22 is D Spud. D Spud, are you in the house? There he is. He's here. He knows the routine. You are a lucky son of a gun. You know that, dude? He's won stuff before from me. Okay, the next one is, let's see. That one's got a stamp on it. This one has got another 1-cent stamp on it. It's postmarked 1914 for Ohio, and it has a complete message written in pencil, addressed to Miss Minnie Jordan, Hillsboro. Okay, and it's got glitter on it, which is uncommon for 100 years ago.
Right.
And a cherub. And it says, to my Valentine, I did not think that anyone my heart could e'er entwine, but my mistake I plainly see, for you are my Valentine. So, pretty postcard. So let's draw for the winner. All right. Next winner is number 7. Number 7. And the closest to number 7 without going over is Teresa Smitherman. Teresa Smitherman, where are you? Is Teresa still in the house?
She was 1 minute ago.
Teresa, say here. We're going to give you 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds.
She's there.
Oh, is she? Where? There she is.
Yep.
Congratulations, Teresa.
Congrats.
Okay. Gotta write this down. Tux card. Teresa Smitherman is glitter heart card. Okay. All right. The next one is a cherub, and it's a woman, got a woman in a heart with her hair put up like they would wear in the 1800s. And it says, be my Valentine. It's addressed to Fern Alger of Laketon, Indiana, but there's no stamp on it. So they must have just dropped it off. You know, way back when people would carry what they called calling cards. If they went to visit somebody and they weren't there, they would leave their calling card. Okay, so let's choose a winner. Okay. Number 50. Who is the closest without going over? Da Moose Barbecue. Da Moose Barbecue. Are you still in the house? Da Moose Barbecue. Okay, I set the timer. You got 30 seconds, Da Moose Barbecue. Are you still here? Da Moose Barbecue. Da Moose, where are you? You were in here. We're running out. 12 seconds. Da Moose Barbecue, where are you?
There he is.
There they are. Yay, you made it with 1 second to go. Congratulations. Okay, Da Moose Barbecue. Congratulations. You won this postcard. Okay. Let's see. Let me write this down. Okay, just so you know, if you won something, I will not hunt you down. Okay? So you need to send me the name of your YouTube name, and your real name, and your mailing address that you want your win shipped to this email. Let's see. Does that look great? Here it is. So write this down. Thank you, Cynthia. That is my email address. You need to email me your YouTube name, your real name, and your mailing address that you want your win shipped to. Okay? So now we have the last Valentine postcard. It had a stamp on it, but there's not much of it left, just a corner of it. But it says, Dear Milton, we have a Valentine box at school now. Something have not at school for quite a while. Anyhow, it's to Milton Lowry in Footville from a Marguerite. Okay? And this is to my Valentine with a cherub holding a box of apples. I don't know what the symbolism is there. I don't see a postmark on it, but there's all kinds of writing on the back. So, but it's a pretty postcard, and it does have a little bit of glitter left on it. So this is the last one, last postcard. Okay. We are choosing number 46. Number 46. And the closest to 46, 46 on the nose. Frankie, P.D. Sandigger. Frankie, are you still in the house, P.D. Sandigger? Say here. Let's start the timer. Got 30 seconds, P.D. Sandigger. There he is. Good job. Good job. Congratulations, Petey. Frankie. Let's see. Cherub with apples. Postcard. Well, seeing as Mike just gifted me $20 or whatever it was. Yeah, I think it was $20. I can give some more stuff away. Hang on a second.
And while she's doing that, just remember Just anybody out there that needs a date for Valentine's Day, it's February 14th.
Okay, I'm going to give away 2 really good books. Okay, they cost $5 and change to ship, but they're good books. Okay, I've got several of these that I bought from a bookstore that was going out of business
Oh,
for
nice.
prizes. Okay, it has like 500 or 600 color pictures in it. I mean, of different kinds of bottles. Okay, it's not the newest edition, but for those of you that love bottle digging or love watching bottle digging videos and can't bottle dig, okay, we're going to give 2 of these books away. Okay, so, and thank Mike Metal Detecting NC for
Definitely.
the donation for the postage. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. Delete that. Okay. So good luck, everybody. Northern Tier Metal Detecting.
I just saw that too.
Good luck, everybody. Okay. The number is. God, I wish this would blow things up. 49. 49. Oh my goodness. Damoose. Damoose Barbecue. Are you in here? Damoose Barbecue. Are you still in here? Okay, we got to have a countdown. 30 seconds. Damoose Barbecue. You got to be in the chat. You have to be present to win. Damoose Barbecue. I'm trying to think. Yeah, where is he? Or where are they? Damoose. Damoose Barbecue didn't say they were here. Dismiss. Okay, we got to choose another one. Sorry, Damoose. Okay, we just chose another one. What's this number? Okay. Number 53. Number 53. Closest to 53 without going over? Patty of Dirt Clod Metal Detecting. Woo-hoo.
Oh, nice. Nice. Congratulations.
Patty, Dirt Clod Metal Detecting. Are you still here? Say here. You got to give 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds to respond in the comments.
Oh,
She's
yep.
here.
She's here.
Yay.
I was going to say maybe she left over my corny joke. While you were getting stuff, I said
Patty,
if anybody needs to.
You won the first book. Okay,
While you're getting
one.
stuff ready, I told the group of everybody if they need a date for Valentine's Day, it's February 14th.
Yep.
I was like, the dad joke might have scared him away.
Let me dismiss. Dismiss. Okay. One more. The second book. Okay. All right. It is number 12. Number 12. Okay. Number 12 is Northern Tier Metal Detecting.
Oh, they were just here a second ago.
Northern Tier Metal Detecting.
Yep.
Oh, they're here. Yay. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's cool. Okay. So we got those. Okay, I got one. This is the last one of these I've got. We got another chance to win. I haven't spent $20 in shipping yet. Okay, this is the Fall Winter Pocket Guide of the 1894-1895 Montgomery Ward's catalog. This is the last one of these I have, okay? Not including the one that I'm still trying to ship for dirty little Lil Digger that I need her address. Okay? This is the last prize of the night, folks. Okay? Good luck, everybody. All right. What do we got? Okay. Number 5. Number 5. Number 5 is Brun Free. Okay. Brun Free, are you in the house? Brun Free. Put something in chat if you're still here. Got 20 seconds left.
Oh,
there she is. Really nice book, Steve. Congratulations, Brunfree. Okay. Cynthia, can you put my email address in the chat, please? Okay, dismiss. So when Kay took me to meet the guys of Stealth Diggers and Waynos, Wayne gave me this Tupperware full of treasures. Got a Stealth Diggers business card. Live Free or Die Stealth Digger sticker. Not Thursday sticker. Spoonage.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite. Baby Croto Bell. Look at that. Brass ox knob. 2 giant dandy buttons. Look at that. 2 giant dandy buttons. 2. Saddle shield.
Yep. Or a saddle badge, as we call it sometimes.
Right. Giant honking musket ball.
Oh, yeah. That'll weigh your pouch down.
A thimble. A buckle. Is this a buckle too?
It's a knee buckle.
A knee buckle.
Yep.
A small musket ball. A 4-hole button. A bail seal. I'm not sure what this other, it feels like a coin. Maybe it's not a coin.
Is it one that's hardly readable?
Yes.
That's actually, it was a Roman coin. We were given a pile of them.
Oh,
and
wow.
I passed out them to different friends. They're really hard to identify because they're super
cool.
old, but it's an actual Roman coin.
Roman coin, cool.
I don't know what kind it is, and you may never know, but it's a Roman coin. So I had put together these little boxes of
a copper round.
Parcel of appreciation, I called them, for meeting some of the fans.
A copper round and a metal detecting token.
Yep.
So thank you so much. I love
all. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, it was nice.
That's the only full protocol that I have that rings. That is the one you gave me.
Nice. Well, that'll keep you busy till you find a bigger one.
Right.
You know.
I found bigger ones, but they haven't had the dinger left in them, and they've been ripped open by the plow, and they're not pretty.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you find pieces of them, and you'll start to dig it and be like, oh, it's a crotobell. You pull it out of the ground. Oh, it's only a piece. Oh, no.
Yep. So thank you so much for coming on my channel.
Oh, you're welcome.
I wish we would have had the opportunity to metal detect together. Maybe
I know,
maybe
I
we'll
know.
get another chance.
Everything happened kind of at the last minute, but you know what? Maybe at some
Right,
point, you know.
right. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're
I'm gonna
welcome,
put
and
you
thank you
in
for
the
everybody in the comments for joining in and all your cool questions and stuff like that. You know.
Yep, Tracy, I gave away the bottle was the first prize I gave away. So thank you everybody for coming and supporting me and Waynos. I
Yes,
appreciate
yes.
it.
Thank you.
And that, Wayne, I'm gonna put you in the back room. Just hang out until I get done here.
Okay, no problem.
Okay?
Yep. Bye, everybody. It was nice to meet you.
So I hope everybody had a good time on the live stream. I appreciate all of you coming, and I'm hope that you were lucky enough to win something. Every time I go out shopping for anything, if I'm going antique or whatever, I'm always looking for prizes to give away. Um so my plans for this week. Let me see. I'm supposed to do something Thursday and I can't remember what it is. But Friday, Chance and I are packing up and we're going to spend the weekend with Jackson for Valentine's weekend. And Sunday is the coin show. Sunday is the coin show. So I will be getting video at the coin show and looking for things to give away. Upcoming live streams, I have some fish scales to give away because I didn't give them all away on my trip to meet other diggers and YouTube channels when I was traveling with Kay of Kay's Digging It. I was giving away a soda light rock and a UV light flashlight keychain and a silver fish scale to each person that we got to see. And I don't think I gave all of my silver fish scales away. So I will have some to give away at the next live stream that I do. I don't know when I'm going to do my next auction. That'll be the next live stream that I do. So I hope I didn't miss anybody in the chat, but I appreciate all of you. If you could hype this video, I would really appreciate it. And if you could give me a thumbs up, it would be very helpful for my channel. Because as you all know, everybody's complaining about it. Something has happened on YouTube. I don't know what's causing it, but everybody's views and subscribers are down. I'm doing everything I was doing before, so I'm not sure what's causing it. But I'm going to admit something that I never thought I'd admit because I've been so against AI. I still don't want an AI power plant anywhere near me, and we're fighting to keep them out of Michigan, but we're not having a whole lot of luck. But I experimented with AI this week. And I was sometimes pleasantly surprised. So I don't know if I'm going to use it all the time, but there will be some AI shorts on Thursdays for a couple of weeks until I run out of ideas. But it's been kind of fun. There's only so much you can think of to do with the treasure hunting community, So, but I'm still learning how to use it. And I just received an invite to an AI site that is free that you can only use it and download it by invitation. It's by invitation only. So And I was thankful to get that gift from Ken of Practical Ken on YouTube. So he's given me a lot of advice on how to try to improve my channel and things. So stay tuned, folks. Trying to think. I still have videos left that let's see, this Friday my video is going to be, what did I schedule? I can't even remember which one I scheduled. Oh, is a really short 5-6 minute video. And it's on some beach combing that Kay and Mary Lou and I did in Florida when Kay and I visited her. And I actually have a wildlife rescue. So that will be this Friday's video. Hi, Qbot. So thank you again, everybody. Have a good night. And please remember to hit the thumbs up on your way out. Comments are always welcome. And I hope you had a good time. Good night, all.